Rusty put his obligation to the Constitution and his country ahead of everything when he refused intense political pressure to decertify the 2020 election results. His courage is probably the reason why he's lost his primary last year. Rusty, you're an example, is a demonstration to every young man and woman thinking about entering politics about what integrity is all about.
And former Arizona House Speaker Rusty Bowers joins us now. And as you saw, he was one of the 12 people honored with the Presidential Citizens Medal for defending democracy and refusing to cower to Trump world's illegitimate attempts to overturn the 2020 presidential election.
Mr. Speaker, thank you so much for being with us. I'm curious, what were your thoughts as you were there with the president receiving the award?
Well, it was all kind of surreal, and just here reviewing it, I get a little bit, get a little choked up.
Yeah.
As you put up, like the Miss Liebengood, the spouse of Officer Liebengood. What a fantastic person. They were great people, and being there was a great honor.
You know what we commented on time and again, Mr. Speaker, that I think has been beautiful out of this chaos over the past several years is that this country would not have been saved with just Democrats. It was saved with Democrats. It was saved with Republican election officials in Michigan. It was saved by Republican governors in Georgia and secretaries of state in Georgia. It was saved by speakers like yourself in Arizona. It was saved by federal judges who were appointed by Trump, federal judges who were appointed by Obama. This really was a bipartisan effort to save American democracy, wasn't it?
Well, I don't know that anybody said, okay, let's go save democracy. We all took an oath. We all said, this is my job. It's important. How mundane it is doesn't really matter. Every piece of the puzzle is important. And Shay and Ruby, what great friends they've become. And to meet the rest, again, we all do our jobs when we're supposed to, because we swore to do it. And that final, that the Constitution is what we said we would defend. And in our own little way, we all did it. And I'm grateful to the president for having the opposite view presented in a dramatic way, that there are regular people across the country of both parties, or no party at all, who still respect the institutions that hold this place together.
And what a great example you bring up, Shay and Ruby. There are two people who, unlike you, unlike police officers, unlike those that chose public service, these were private individuals who just wanted to help out on Election Day. And my God, the threats that they received, it was just absolutely horrific. I wanted to go back to you talking about how your faith, what a key role your faith played in you not just going along, you not just submitting to the powers that be, you taking a stand for what you believed was right. Could you talk to us about that?
Well, I am a believer, and my whole life, my father was a Marine in World War II. All of his brothers, except one who was too old, and there were 7 brothers, 9 in all. And as we grew up, the family had family prayer. He was a Marine DI. You can imagine. Sometimes he was a little hard to get along with. But there was an expectation of us to stand up, to not fall down. On a football field, he said, I never want to see you sit down. Never. You don't sit down on the bench. You stand up. And he was a great athlete. Jackie Robinson, protege, lived through the block, good friends. He was, so that thing they taught us, I believe it. I've tried to practice it. I try to teach my kids. And I was just thinking that one of the we got 20,000 emails a day for weeks, and not kind. And one of them, the guy curses me grossly and then says, "Your children will never feel safe another day in their life." And I thought, these are my side.
Yeah.
And it's this, and I've had it from both sides through the years, but there's a group of people that say America is worth it, and that we're gonna stay with it. We're staying with the ship. We're not gonna go off and that stuff you were reviewed earlier, where we're good pals. We'll just be kissing up the rest of the session. I know that's not true, and I'm ashamed of some of those guys, how they acted. They believe in a majority rule, except when they can leverage the majority.
So it is shocking, like you said. It's shocking when it comes from your side. It's shocking when it comes from some of your friends. It's shocking when it becomes from some of your family members. I mean, people that have known me since the day I was born, embracing others who, spread lies that I'm a murderer or are constantly attack me. And again, I don't take that personally, but Mika, it does make you think how powerful that cult, the calling of the cult is over the United States Constitution, which is what, of course, people on our side, the Republican side, used to say was the most important thing. We'd carry constitutions around in our pocket all the time. But now, doesn't matter. It's the cult over the Constitution.
So I wonder, Speaker Bowers, if you, after seeing your Republican counterparts acting the way they were acting in the House on Friday, late into the night, on Friday night, as you were at that ceremony at the White House, are you hopeful for our democracy?
I am. And again, give me an alternative. Is it Donetsk or Mariupol, or which place do we want to go? I mean, I had there with me the ambassador of Kazakhstan. We have good friendships, our state and universities in Kazakhstan, and they live right next door. and I thought, wow, where else are we going to go and feel any level of security? We make it by our choices. We choose to be civil. Civilization chooses to be. And when I see what happened, I'm just glad that there was over, relatively 200 of the others that weren't that way. There is kind of a herd thing. We got to get this done. Let's all move together. But it doesn't undermine the fact that there's important decisions to take, and you don't have to always have somebody thugging you in the back of your head because they can. We want them to choose to be civil and to work together.
All right. Former Arizona Speaker of the House, Rusty Bowers, thank you so much for being with us. And
you're welcome.
I share your optimism about America in large part because of people like you. Thank you, sir.
For sure. Thank you.